Hi, at the British Country Music Festival with Two Ways Home. How are you doing?
Good.
Great, thanks.
Hello everyone.
How long have you been writing and performing together?
I can say tentatively 5 years. We've been writing a little bit longer, but as Two Ways Home, we've been together for about 5 years.
What made you want to write together and perform together?
Well, actually, Lewis joined my covers band in university, and then we just did mainly just covers, and then we just started writing together, and it worked.
We did a few open mic nights, started playing around. A friend of ours said, you should check out some country music.
Because our harmonies kind of sounded quite country, so...
Yeah, so we started sort of moving in that direction.
Yeah.
If you could take one well-known song and put a country twist on it, or a Two Ways Home twist on it, which one would you pick?
Ooh. We have done one, like just...
Yeah. So I think I sort of grew up playing like a bit of Oasis. You've got to avoid Wonderwall because we've all heard that enough. But there is a possibility of an Oasis cover that we might have done a version of coming up.
Yeah.
If you could perform anywhere in the world, where would you pick?
I really want to do Red Rocks.
Yeah?
That's my just...
This is the third one we've had this.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yeah,
if we can make that happen,
Yeah.
for all three of
Got a
us.
British Country Music Festival out there.
Yeah, that's
got
good.
artists now.
And then you're all ticking off your bucket lists at the same
Yeah,
time.
I mean, Japan would also be quite cool to perform in.
Yeah, that would be great.
But yeah, I don't really know a lot of venues there yet, so I have to do some research.
I mean, we have a massive list that could keep going on, but South by Southwest would be good.
As well.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing to do when you're not performing?
Good question. When we're not performing,
I don't know.
do we only do music? Is that
Is
what?
that what you do?
Watching Netflix.
I'm a bit of a social kind of guy. I like meeting people and going out, and we're getting to know the scene up in the north and around Manchester more and more. But down in London, there's definitely like a lot of musician friends that we have, and we kind of, we host a night in London, and from that we've sort of got a good little network of muso friends. So
I guess
I'm
going
gonna
to
go with
gigs.
that.
Go to gigs.
Yeah, watching other musicians. I like painting as well, so that's kind of...
Will you tell us about your night in London?
Yeah,
that
sure.
you host, please.
Yeah. So we host the roundup. Lewis, you take it away.
Okay, all right, I'll go. So yeah, we started. I think we went over to Nashville in 2012, and like feels like there's about 100 songwriters rounds or rows going on every night, and we just realised there was very few going on in the UK. There's about 2 or 3 that we knew of, and there wasn't any happening in London. So about 3 years ago we started doing one. So it's a songwriters round. If anybody doesn't know what that is, you have 4 acts on stage, normally 4 at the same time, and you each take it in turns to play songs and sort of tell stories about them. And we've just been doing that once a month, pretty much without fail for the last 3 years, and we've had a real mix of English, Irish, Scottish, American acts on. And it's been great, and we're just continuing to build it. We have one more date for the rest of the year. And then we'll be looking to maybe even step it up a notch next year. Big things to come.
Yeah.
Big plans in the works.
Big plans, says everybody.
What excites you the most about the British country scene then?
Ooh.
The fact that it's growing so quickly, I guess,
true.
and these new festivals are popping up. This one in particular, it's only we're only 1 day in, and it's been fantastic.
It's nice because like this festival really focuses on the British country music. We obviously love the Americans as well, but like as the scene grows, more and more Americans come over, and the British kind of like get pushed out again. So I feel like it's important to kind of bring it all together and have the British and the Americans kind of like side by side.
We sort of see it in some festivals that starts out, there's lots of Brits on the bill, and then the bigger the festival grows, the bigger the fan base grows. Seems like less and less slots go to British artists, and I think if we don't build our own scene up, then it'll just be an imported country scene. We won't have our own sound.
Where do you see it in 5 years' time then?
I see us growing, and I hope developing our own sound, whilst not trying to copy what Nashville artists are doing, trying to do something unique and different. Like I think the sound over there is great, and there's so many brilliant artists, but I don't think the UK needs to copy that. I think we need to try and make something different. Like
Make our own,
yeah, genres over the years have always expanded and changed, and we've got new genres and old genres have been revived. But I think we need to kind of craft our own sound, which I think it's definitely what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I think we're treading some line between country, Americana, folk, rock.
And it always depends on where you go in the world as well, because when we go to America, people are like, oh, you're like folk rock. And then here in the UK, people are more like, oh, you sound very country. So I feel like it depends.
Somebody said country and western the other day,
Yeah.
which I thought was like,
Uh-oh.
I don't know whether we're country and western, but there we go.
Where do you see Two Ways Home in 5 years' time then?
Playing Red Rocks Festival!
Oh, to arena.
Yeah. I think I'd love to be able to do a good-sized UK tour with
Yeah.
good-sized venues playing kind of 5 to 10 shows up and down the country.
Expand into Europe as well, because we've been going to Germany and Austria, because I'm from Austria, so we're kind of doing shows there and
Yeah,
just like go around Europe, maybe do some shows in America.
yeah. Just being able to
Yeah.
be making the music that we love with, you know, a big enough fan base that means we can create great music in good recording studios and carry on doing what we're doing, just sort of hopefully just carry on
Growing.
expanding and growing. Yeah, is the plan.
Yeah.
What's the most unusual gig you've played?
Most unusual gig. Yeah, okay. You don't have to whisper. We played. Was it last year or this year?
Last year. I
Last
think,
year. We played a gig on top of the Shard in London,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which at the time, well, I think it's maybe the highest venue in Europe,
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
it
think
is.
so.
It brings some.
which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we got lots of tourists, and it's funny because they kind of get moved on every 15 minutes, so you sort of like, you played the start of your set to one crowd and then middle of the set to the next lot, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Would it be cool to like host a gig in an airplane?
In an airplane.
I was just thinking this. I'm like,
Yeah.
what if like British Airways did like something with British country music artists?
We just need a private jet.
That'd be cool though.
Yeah.
What's your greatest achievement, like musically today?
Oh, well, I guess we finished our full-length album,
Yes.
so that's quite
Yeah.
amazing.
It felt like we've been writing it for a few years, and we finally kind of got some time where we weren't playing too many shows, and our band were available, and we were in the studio, and it's all finished, done and dusted, and
Comes
first single.
out soon.
Yeah, first single is out there, Speed of Anything,
Yeah.
and then the next single comes out on.
18th of October. And then the album will be beginning of 2020. So,
Cool. Looking forward to that. That should be good.
yeah.
Where can we find you on social media?
Just 2 Ways Home.
Yeah, just
So,
at Two Ways Home
super
on
easy.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah. All the...
MySpace. No, I don't think we have a MySpace.
You're
Yeah.
gonna do a song for us now, are you?
Yeah!
Yeah, sure. We might play.
We'll do the new single, which comes out on the 18th of October. It's called Out on the Road, formerly known as Vegas Wheel, because we changed the name. Lost all my money on a Vegas wheel. They kicked us out of the room. Drove down the way they shaking on a deal. Now we got nothing to lose. I'm on the road getting low.
Cheers,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you for that.
No, thanks a lot.
Thank you for having us.
No, it's been good.
Yay!